Hey guys, welcome back. We are now going to indulge into TPMS part 2. This is actually going to be the install of the actual unit from Tire Minder. A little disclaimer here, GoPros have a problem picking up the LCD or LED screens, and that was the case in this video. We apologize ahead of time for that. We tried several different things, we just couldn't make it look right. But the steps are all there, and I think you can pick up on the steps and without the reflections too bad. It's a good install, it's a good video, gets all the details out there for you. Just want to let you know ahead of time that we're aware that you can't really see some of the screens at some times through the video, but you get the idea. So watch the video, let us know if there's any questions, and we'll get back to you. Alright, thanks for the time, guys, we appreciate it. Alright, so I wanted to show you this. This is pretty cool, but again, I feel that maybe we can get a little bit closer and give you a little better shot at this. So right now it's in the rear monitoring. The 44s and all that, that's the temperature. So we're kind of cold here right now, so that's the internal air temperature. That is the PSI. Now, like I spoke on the video that you'll see upcoming, the tires are set at 120, or good for 125 PSI cold temp. We run ours at 110 cold temp, which is perfectly fine. It's not underinflated. It's not wearing anything on the tires. They actually get up to temp really quick. They usually run around 125 to 130. And you can, just like I said, you can switch back and forth between the temperature and the PSI, and then if we had to set them, this would be how we would change our PSI. We would go back and you can see I changed the this would be how I would change the pressure, and you just kind of navigate through. I could change to the front if I had fronts on there, the rear like we have it set. So that is the Tire Minder. I just wanted to kind of show that to you guys real quick because, like I said, the camera and that display, they just were not cooperating at all. But if you have any questions, let us know. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so we're on the driver's side of the fifth wheel, and I was going to pull the slide in and unhook the hoses, and then I got thinking, you know, everybody else is probably going to do it. It's very similar to this as well, so why not have the obstacles there to work around? Before I start on the taking off the old and showing you how to do the new ones, I also want to go over tires. Every tire has a DOT number on it, and that DOT is registered to that tire. And if your tire is over 10 years old, it's out of compliance. It's unsafe, and you can get a ticket for it if something was to happen. A lot of places recommend that even if you have phenomenal tire tread, that you should replace them every 6 years. And I'm going to show you how to find that number, or to find out how old your tire is. So you'll find right here, it'll say DOT. And then this is kind of the manufacturer, that's kind of their codes as the tire size, the rim size, the depth. But this number right here, so you got to find your DOT and then find this little 4-digit number. What this is this is the 11th week of 2021. That's when this tire was made. So at 27, you know, April of 27, which I probably won't, I can guarantee you I won't, but if we just use this on the weekends, that's when I would want to replace this tire. Not only because of UV rot, but just the actual breakdown of rubber. So we will end up replacing this long before that, but just so you know, find your DOT and find your date. That date is when the tire was made. Also, while you are down here looking at your tires, you will want to find what your PSI is. These tires run It's really small print. I know you can't read it, but these tires run at 125 psi. They're a load rated H, so they are a heavy duty tire designed specifically for trailers. So, but that's enough of that. I will hand the camera back to Beth, and I am going to take this guy off and replace it. This is the Lippert, and the new system is going to be way easy. We'll show you how to do that. Okay? Okay, so we are ready to start. We are in the monitoring. We want to go into the learn. So what we need to do is we need to hold this down for 5 seconds. That wasn't even 5 seconds. And you'll see that it goes to the L, which is learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this guy off real quick. That's the old one. And then we are going to put the new one on. You're going to lose some air, not to worry. Boom, we picked it up at 104. Now this is cold pressure. We're at about 32 degrees outside ambient temperature right now. So now I'm going to hit the left or the right arrows. We locked it in. So now you can see it's flashing over here, but we don't want that. We want this one over here. So now we're going to move over here. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull this one off and set it on the ground for a minute. And we are going to thread the new one on. Beep. Okay. That guy's at 106. Now, for symptoms of filming, I went ahead and released these guys. Basically, it gives you a little wrench that you can tighten these things down with. This is the wrench. Just slide it up here. Basically, you're just jamming against that, and now the thing won't come off. So we're going to go to the other side. Okay, so we've switched to this right front, and same thing. Pull this guy off, and then thread this guy on. Okay, so 101 on this guy. Now this afternoon I will come back out here and we will re-verify our pressures, and then we're going to hit our arrow again. And we're going to hit to this guy here. And it's at 100. So you can kind of see we are all over the board, but we will adjust our pressures here and get us to where we need to be. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hit this center button. Oh, excuse me, we're going to hit the left and the right button, and we're back to monitoring. Now, to set our PSI pressure, because this doesn't know what we want to have it set at, we are going to hold down the center button until that PSI flashes, which it is now. And so you can change it to bar, but we're going to run the PSI, okay? And then you can change it same way with your Celsius or Fahrenheit. You know, I just noticed something. We kind of a good thing we'll show you. We kind of messed up. We have to reset these because we have it on the front. We want it on the rear. So it's really simple to go back through, and we're going to put it back into learn. We're going to move this to rear. Alright, so we're going to go back to our learning, and we're going to do our tire location. Okay, so Now what we're going to do is hold this down again, 5 seconds. It's going to put us in monitoring. So we're rear, we have everything we want to have here. Now we're going to hold down this middle and we're going to toggle through. We're flashing PSI, then bar, then PSI. Now this is where you change your PSI. So basically I had the PSI, then the Fahrenheit, and I just used my left and right toggles. And now you just hold down this until you get to your PSI that you want per tire. So 125. We're going to go to the next, do the same thing. And now the monitoring system will know exactly what you want each tire set at for its PSI, for its threshold, and it's going to alert you when it is below that, when you're losing air pressure. And now we are set. Okay, so this is basically what we did. I'm going to go show you in the truck on where I mount it. I was kind of particular, like I said. The main reason I bought this guy was because it had the capability to be a standalone without any cord hanging off of it. And you'll see we've got some things in the truck that now it'll make more sense to you. Okay, so I have this mounted here. I might kind of move it over just a little bit, but now it is right there. It's really good. It's not in my window of vision, but you know, we have a couple other things. We have a GoPro here, we have a dash cam here, and then we have our Garmin 890 up here. So it was really important not to have a lot of cables hanging down. You know, I try to keep it all nice and tidy to where I don't have, and this is another phone charger here, so I don't want to have a bunch of stuff blocking my view, and we don't always have the GoPro there, but it's very important to me to have this clear. You know, and like I said, without having a cord here, I can move this to where I see fit. I'm not, you know, limited to having a cord. But as you can see, we've got great monitoring on that, and it's perfect. That's what I wanted, instead of having to flip through a phone when we thought of it. Now that Lippert system will send a notification, but you know, what if your phone's on silent? What if, you know, you have it on vibrate and you don't hear it?
What if the app crashes?
Yeah, if the app crashes, which, you know, we've had some issues with the thing doing that. So we wanted to have this as a kind of a fail safe, excuse me. And yeah, matter of fact, looking at it now, I don't like it, so I'm gonna put it up here. So this is actually where I decided to mount it. So we like this better. My visor can come down, it doesn't impede on it. Beth can see it, I can see it. You know, in case I'm looking straight and she happens to glance over here that I don't catch something, she can see it as well. And people might ask, why TPMS? Why is it important? Well, it's not just important to people full-time, and it's also important to people that are, probably more so the people that are weekend warriors. Because your trailer's sitting for, let's say, a month or two at a time, even if it's just a week. You don't know what might have happened, and you're getting constant sun rot on those tires. So you definitely want a TPMS. They can do a lot of damage when those tires go. Anybody can attest, there's not a lot of material on the side of a camper, and it will destroy all the siding that you have. The skirting, the trim, it's gone, and you're going to do thousands of dollars of damage instead of spending $200 on a good TPMS monitor.
Hi guys, this is our 5-week review of the TPMS. Let's see what Jason thinks of it so far.
I really like this Tire Minder. I like where it sits. I like the ease of the display. I like the fact that I can hit a simple button and go from temp to pressure. Everything about it I really like. We picked this guy up from Techno RV. They are an affiliate of ours. We do have the link down in the description, and everything about it I like it. I like the tone that it's, you know, has the audible tone right here, so if there was a problem with it, it's right here. It's not on the phone. I'm not trying to figure out where the phone is or what the phone is doing. So everything about it, I think it was a smart decision for us to go that route, and very pleased with it. You guys will be too. So if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to hit us up down in the comment section. Give us a like, and hit that notification for us. That way you know when we set out our new videos, which we do every week. Thanks guys, have a good day, and we'll see you next week.